This video is intended to walk you through the basic object exercise assignment. So first you have to find this assignment. So you're going to go to Modules. And you're going to go to Character Exploration. So this is the Module 3. If you would like to go to Assignments, you can also find this through Assignments. And you will see the object exercises. So within object exercises, you want to do the first one first because you see the first one is due September 9th. There is another object exercise that's due September 14th. So just make sure you look at the due dates. Your object exercise is the first major assignment in this class. And I want you to utilize all of the improvisations that we have done in class so far, all of that self-awareness and those sensory exercises. I want you to think about those as you are working on this. So you will submit this assignment in class. If you are unable to make it to class, this assignment will still be due on September 9th. You will just need to submit a video before the end of the day. My expectation is that you will complete this assignment. You'll notice it's only worth 5 points. And you will get feedback in real time within class. You'll get feedback from me and you'll get feedback from your peers. Following that feedback, you're going to take the time between September 9th and our next class, and you are going to practice. You're going to incorporate that feedback. And then on September 14th, you will perform again, but it will be even better because you will have incorporated that feedback. And you'll notice that the assignment that is due on September 14th is worth 15 points. Okay? So this first pass is just to make sure that we understand the assignment and to make sure that that you're just to give you a start, right? I want this to be exactly 2 minutes. I do not want this to be more than 2 minutes. I will be timing you, and if you go longer than 2 minutes, I'm just going to let you go. But you will lose points. Okay? So in order to get the highest score, you want to make sure that you do not exceed 2 minutes. And whatever you need to do to help you do that, make sure you work it in. You're also going to have to rehearse this. I may ask you to perform this more than once, even on September 9th. And if I do, my expectation is that you will do the same things. Okay? Do not pantomime anything. Within this exercise, I expect you to use real objects. Now, if that means you need to get things from your home and bring them to the place where you take class, that is fine. Or if it means you have a particular room in your house you'd like to do this in, you are welcome to do that as well. So whatever you need to do to make it real, but you're not going to pantomime this. Now, for the directions, I expect you to read these three files right here. I know it says PDFs, they're clearly JPEGs, but they're image files, and I'm going to show these to you. This is what they look like. We are looking at copies from a book. This is a woman named Uta Hagen, and she is a well-known acting teacher, well-respected, and this is an exercise that she uses that we're going to borrow. In order to do this assignment correctly, you need to read these 3 pages. Okay? They are not in order. I don't have them labeled well. There is object exercise. It's object exercise 1, object exercise 2. Okay? But make sure you read them. We can talk through this a little bit. So, like she talks about, there's no emphasis on any particular technical problem. You're just creating 2 minutes of your personal life, and you're bringing it for a presentation so that you can do these 2 minutes from your personal life and live in them as though you are doing them for the first time. Now, it says you're incorporating these questions from page 82, but you don't have to have those questions in order to complete this. I do want you to think about this past, present, and future. Okay? So what just happened to you? What is happening right now? And what are you planning on doing when this is done? Okay, so it's just like when we improvised in class, that joining an activity. If you're building a sandcastle on the beach, if you really live in the texture of the sand, if you're hearing the ocean, you're hearing people around you, you're aware of the smell, that's going to let you live in the moment. It's going to increase your presence. And that's one of the things that I'm looking for, is that sincerity of the first time. And think about how you decide what you do next when you are in the moment like that. She gives a great example. This, for example, if you're coming home exhausted and you want to make yourself comfortable. She's suggesting home because home is familiar and home should feel comfortable. Consider writing out something like this to help yourself. Okay? So the time, what time is it? What is the place? What are your surroundings? Notice how much detail she goes into with the surroundings, the alarm clock, the early light shimmering, the given circumstances. We have past, present, and future. You can think about relationship. Now, this activity you will complete by yourself, but you still have relationships to objects. You still have relationships to people you have seen, people you will see. Main objective. So for here, she's giving this main objective as to prepare for the reading. Let's go back to the assignment real quick. I've given you a main objective, and your main objective is to relax. So you're looking for a specific moment in your everyday life where you are intentionally trying to kind of chill out. Okay? I don't need to see you chilling. I want to see you try to reach this goal. Okay, so that's a very different thing from like if you relax by playing video games. A lot of times the act of preparing to play the video game is sometimes the thing that gets us in the zone. It's not just playing the video game. So these are some examples. It's going to give you some guidance to craft your own. I've given you an objective to relax. Think about this. The final shape that you give the whole, the determination of objectives, whether you've succeeded or failed, leads you to the next one. Okay, so if I walk in the door and my objective is to relax and I take off my shoes, that might help a little bit, but it may not get me all the way there, right? So how do you continue to check back in with yourself until you've reached that objective, and how do you maintain that spontaneity of the first time? Okay, so I am looking forward to seeing what you put together. All right, let me know if you have questions, and I'll see this in class.